What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, for a while there, I thought Kyrie Irving had been broken. All right, I thought he had been broken. The news came out that he was going to donate $500,000 to an anti-hate organization, the Anti-Defamation League, and the Brooklyn Nets organization $500,000 as well. And he did issue a statement of contrition, meaning that he had made some mistakes in his actions, recommending that film. But what's interesting is that's not enough for some people. That's not enough. He has to apologize for recommending that film. He has to apologize. And the powers that be are putting pressure on Adam Silver, I guess the NBA, to the point where Adam Silver is going to meet personally with Kyrie Irving soon, maybe next week or later. I guess next week now, since it's Thursday. Look, had Kyrie capitulated to the demands of the NBA and those who are so offended, I wouldn't have really gone in on him, man, because, look, it's easy to sit and point the finger at somebody else, but this man has a career to think of. So if he did it, man, hey, you already proved that you're a man of principle last year with your stance on the elixir. So I wouldn't have bashed him. But when he came out and doubled down and said, no, I'm not going to apologize. I'll meet with the commissioner, but I'm not going to apologize because I didn't do anything wrong. And he got people say, oh, he's just so stubborn. Why won't he apologize? Because he don't have to. That's why. I put it to you like this. Him putting a link to that, and then people saying he should have did more research before he did so, and recommending it the way they say it. You know how I feel about that? Well, like what's relevant, like what's similar to me, is when I was seeing people in 2019 and 2020 recommend to me to vote for Joe Biden for president. And they said, well, because he's a Democrat. And I'd be like, well, have you done your research on Joe Biden? Have you done your research on his history? Who he has supported? Measures he has supported? Bills he has helped to get passed that have harmed our community? Statements that he has made that has shown his blatant bigotry and racism? His alliance with the old guard Dixiecrats? That's how I felt. Nobody listened to me. I get called a coon because I didn't support the Democrat. Not mind that I despise Trump. No, but if you don't vote Democrat, use a coon. Matter of fact, you know who said that? Basically, Joe Biden. Joe Biden had the audacity to tell black people that if you don't vote Democratic, you're not black. But that's how I felt. But I'm just like this. At this point, they're circling the wagons around him. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's come out No surprise, and has basically called Kyrie an intellectual dilettante who's surrounded by sycophants who basically have him left delusional and thinking that he's right about everything. You know, it's sad, that people keep labeling him in this manner, man. He seems to be a cool dude. I've never seen any evidence that he is a racist. But one thing that society hates, one thing that this society despises, one thing that society as a whole globally despises is a confident, articulate, intelligent black man. They can't stand it. They can't stand that shit. They'd rather you be a cackling, guffawing, gesticulating, slurring, unintelligible, bloviating buffoon. I got away with words on it. That's what they want. They want that. They like that. They like the Shannon Sharps and the Stephen A. Smiths and the Charles Barkleys of the world. That's what they love. They like that. Once you get above yourself, hey, nigga. Hey, don't forget who writes your checks. And his last name ain't Johnson. So, yeah. If Kyrie continues with this stance, man, this may be the last that we see of him in the NBA. It's going to be, if he continues, and if he says something that the commissioner doesn't like, we may see an unprecedented fine for Kyrie Irving. A fine of which we have never seen before for an NBA player. Suspension, and if he is suspended, don't be surprised if the Brooklyn Nets feel pressured to eventually trade him. It's a lot of shit that might come up. Okay, they're gonna try to ruin this man. And what's so funny is that they keep demanding an apology from a basketball player, but we've had elected officials who've never apologized for some of the most egregious crimes politically, crimes against our country, constitutional crimes, constitutional crises. Richard Nixon never directly apologized for Watergate. Never. The only thing he would ever say is, I admit to wrongdoing. Yes. Crimes? No. Wrongdoing? To an extent. Sorry? Never. 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 Donald Trump has never apologized for January 6th. He never will. And they'll be forced to. But, I guess the basketball player is more important. Get on your knees, boy. Get on your knees and apologize. No. Get on your knees. Remember when on The Last Dragon they kept trying to get they kept trying to get Bruce Leroy to bend over and kiss his Converse and shit. Bow! 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 Kiss Adam Silver's shoes. Bow! Bow! Bow, nigga. I won't. I won't. I was just sharing. Fuck you, nigga. That ain't good enough. Your money ain't good enough. We need to make a display of you, boy. Bow, nigga. Bow! Very well. Very well. If you don't want to play ball with us, You'll never play ball again. Nah, but I'm not. I'm trying to be stupid, but it ain't funny, man. This shit's fucked up, man. I just thought of something before I had ended the video, but I just thought of something too. I was just thinking that if it does get to the point where Kyrie Irving, they try to blackball this dude out the NBA, maybe he should try to create his own website. Maybe a site where he's able to espouse his own views, not actually, on someone else's shit where he is susceptible to their rules and regulations, but his own shit, right? A pay site, maybe a site where people pay $10 to $20 a month, different types of membership rates. Maybe you should have something like that, man, where he can, maybe a podcast or something like that, man. Maybe, he can, if push comes to shove, promote the Big Three League. What is it? Is it Big Three? The Ice Cube shit. I sometimes be mispronouncing this shit, but promoting his league. I'm just thinking, man, just different shit, man. Just different shit. Hey, before I go, isn't it interesting how there's two NBA players I can think of who were blackballed out the NBA due to their religious beliefs. And that's why I say it's interesting that this country is so anti-Islamic openly, and you get away with it. Craig Hodges dared to criticize the first President Bush's foreign policy in 1992. He was out the NBA by 1993, 94? He was out the league. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was a star on the rise during the 1995-96 season. He had the original Colin Kaepernick moment where, because of his religious beliefs, he would not acknowledge the national anthem. Oh yeah, Colin Kaepernick was the first time that happened. And what happened? He was out the NBA by 1999. Out the league. All by design. Nobody ever apologized to those individuals. The NBA never apologized to them. So anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.